Okay, so this is going to be very weird. This is like my first animation story time kind of thing, and it's pretty late at night, so this is weird. So I wanted to do this for a while. I want to tell some stories, I suppose, and I'm not really sure in what format to do it, so I'm going to try an animated form. I mean, that's why I started this channel, hence the name, well, Robbie Tunes. Tunes? What's I say tunes for? That was weird. So let's see how this works and if people like it. If you do like it, let me know down below. But this one's going to be called Retail Experiences. This is about my life at Sainsbury's for the last 3 years. At the start it wasn't as bad. I originally went there because I wanted to just pay off a debt for college. But then I ended up being stuck there because I got a car and bills and life just got ahead of me. Goddamn life, always beating me to stuff. But yeah, I've been working there for a while, and the only thing I dislike about it is the customers. The customers are a living nightmare. You get the odd nice customer, but when you get the horrible customer, it makes your life horrible. I mean, I've had people come in that just want to complain for the sake of it. One lady wanted to complain because she didn't like the way the manager spoke to her, when the manager did absolutely nothing wrong. She just didn't like her tone of voice. I'm like, how petty can you be? I've had one guy say, I want you to write everything we're talking about down. And I'm like, why? I've had people be violent. I've had people steal, obviously. I mean, stealing and being violent. The one thing I learned is not to stop people. We had a security guard who, I'm not sure I'm meant to be telling this. We had a security guard who was stealing scratch cards. And I mean, what are the likes of that? You know, I'd always see him checking on the scratch cards, and I'd always think, oh, he's just looking over. But turns out, nope, he wasn't doing that. He was stealing them. Then we had the second security guard, and he was even worse. Oh my god. This guy wouldn't even look at anyone. He'd always be on his phone or talking to us. I mean, that was fine. It used to be good to pass the time. But he got a job as an actual Sainsbury's colleague instead. So he clearly didn't like securing the building, whatever the hell security guards do. I'm going to talk about my first manager. Now, this manager name was Gina. I don't know if I'm meant to be giving her the actual name, but she was a horrible woman, so I don't care. Screw you, Gina. You can't do anything now. So Gina was a horrible person. When I started, I was interviewed by a man called Matt, and Matt was really cool. He was a really nice, laid-back manager. Didn't care. He was just let you get on with it. If you need any help, come ask me. And there was also a lady who was training to be manager called Rhonda. She was also really lovely. So I had them for about 2 weeks of my first 2 weeks of working there, and I was told that the actual manager was on leave for some sort of reason. I'm guessing because she was mean to everyone and they wanted to get rid of her. Most people just stuck up to her, which I wasn't okay with. So yeah, I just kind of kept my head like away from it. I just kind of stood 2 steps back at all time, kind of keeping distance, and it worked well. I mean, until the very last week of having her. A lot of people walked out because of the way she treated them. She'd always make sure at the end of a shift she'd question you on what you've done, and if it wasn't enough she'd make you work an extra half an hour. Most people just kind of got on with it and didn't say anything or just left. She was a really horrible person. I don't remember a lot what she did, but I just remember not liking her and no one liking her, to the point where the company had to let her go because she was moved to so many stores and people just kept leaving to every store she went. So they started noticing a pattern that maybe she wasn't the best person to have. Mini rant. Don't you just hate it when you let someone go in front of you, or you bump into someone in public and you say, oh, I'm sorry, and they look at you and they just walk away? I'm like, I've apologized. Can you at least tell me it's okay? So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this little story time of mine. I don't know if I will do it again. If you like it, let me know down below. And if it gets a lot of support, I guess I'll do some more. I don't know what my next story will be about, or if I'll even do this again, but this has been weird and it's been really fun at the same time. So hopefully you'll enjoy. If you did, make sure to let me know down below. Thanks all so much for watching.